Hello, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. In this video, which the format's going to be a little different again, and I'll explain why in a minute, we're going to do an exploration into what's going on with our sun. Now, why this is different is I am still having trouble with my video hosting host service allowing me to share screen. We've been blaming YouTube for censorship, and that's not the case. I don't know if my account was hacked and dealt with nefariously, or if we can just chalk this up to some of those glitches that you see during Mercury retrograde. So I don't know if shenanigans were involved. I'm also looking at other hosting services to solve this because I still want to share compilations with you. And until I can, I just ask you to indulge me and be patient. I will describe a compilation that I really have made, and then you can click on the Facebook link if you would like to look at it in detail. So let's talk about the sun. I've been seeing a number of videos on social media about how the sunflowers aren't following the sun as they usually do. Now, understand there's a portion of their life cycle where they stop doing that, but they are heliotropic when they're younger, and they do follow the sun. And there's numerous videos out there, if you just do a simple search, showing that sunflowers aren't behaving as they normally do. So I included a video of that. It's if you click on the link, it'll take you to Instagram and to Auntie Colette, and she talks about that. And then a second video that's from Auntie Colette, and it is talking about how she has found evidence, and she shares it in that video, with the fact that there may be a big sun or solar simulator that is in front of the moon and blocking some of our natural sunlight. Now, when natural sunlight is available, it does seem to be whiter than it used to be. It's not yellow anymore. And so I went to another creator on social media that love her sense of humor. It's so much like mine, Hilarion, and she is on the platform X. I don't know if she's on other platforms, but I do follow her and vice versa. And I asked her via private messaging to explain to me why, as if I'm 5, what's going on with our sun. And in the course of her replying to that, we got our tarot questions for this video. I'm going to read what she sent me, and then you'll know kind of where my information's coming from. Now, Auntie Colette mentions how scripture talks about how in the end times there's going to be portents and signs in the sky, and just puts the thought out there that a solar simulator may be blocking some of that natural event or occurrences. It kind of jives, even though she comes at it from a different perspective, with what Hilarion had to say. Now, I'll try not to interject any comments. If I do, I'll let you know that it's me and I'm not reading her words. But here was what she shared with me. We've grown up our whole life with that golden yellow sun, and now since around 2013 and the Maya, we are starting to see this beautiful and diamond-like white hot sun emerge. We are now becoming aware that we are conscious in a fragmented prism system of false light. We went from full spectrum vision, coherent white light, and my interjection here is she means at creation, is my understanding, to a fractured house of mirrors with millions of copies. I believe the new sun we're seeing is the reemergence of the coherent white light and why we're all awakening. And sure enough, this is my comment again. Wouldn't the Shenanigans gang want to keep us from seeing as much of that white light as possible and keep the awakening that's happening and the rejuvenation and restoration that we're having in the healing, to keep that as slow paced or not happening as possible? Okay, back to Hilarion's comments. Okay, she says, I know for a fact we are hurling back in time as I see the prime creator reversing everything that's been created at the blueprint level as he is emerging again within all that is. The spin of his Merkaba was in essence reversed, broken, mutilated, etc., as this realm fell with the insertion of the atom nanotechnology. I'm still trying to understand it all as I see it entangled and being unraveled at the atomic level. So in other words, according to her, our loving creator is doing a rewind, and he's doing it across timelines. And that kind of jives with some of the theories people have that we are going to, that our timelines are joining and coming down to one solid line. And maybe I could see our loving creator ending ones that were totally based on evil or falseness or what have you. Okay, back to Hilarion. The white hot diamond is in essence Christ consciousness returning as his proper sun emerges. The return to coherent white light out of the fractured prism. Understanding the golden yellow sun was metallic and part of the atomic simulation. Why do you think Bill Gates of Hell is trying to block out the new sun? Because of climate change? Yes, their climate is being erased. Ha! Hugs, Laura. God bless you, woman. Where we go one, we go all, literally. Coming back to no separation and being conscious in Prime Creator's entire DNA library. While the collapse of the sim is awful, we will see it recover quickly. Now, I also included from wikihow.com the page that talks about what is the Merkaba, since Hilarion mentioned that in her direct messages to me. So you'll have that at your disposal too. So I see this video progressing with two questions. One, let's ask if there is truth in the speculation that a solar simulator has been placed in our skies and is interfering with some beautifully restored and, well, I won't get into that because then we'll get a yes or no with that. That'll be the second question. So is there a solar simulator that is being used? Is there truth to that speculation plus insights and information? And these won't be as in-depth the reads as usual, but I'm not going to keep information from you. I'm just going to try to compress it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to change the screen so you can watch me work with the cards. We'll use 2 decks, one for each question, and see what the universe wants us to know. Okay, truth to the speculation that there is a solar simulator that is being used, and other insights and information the universe wants us to know. I'm also working from a different angle, so I appreciate your patience. I will make sure the cards don't leave the camera area at any time, but you know, like here, I'm sorry. Let's go, Laura. Get them in there all the way. I don't want people to think I'm doing anything but shuffling the cards and letting the universe inform and advise. Okay, our first card is the Magician. Then the 2 of Swords, the Sun. Interesting as we ask a question regarding the Sun that he showed up. 4 of Cups, 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords, and the Judgment card showing up here. Okay, we didn't get a hard yes, but we got a lot of major arcana telling us this is an important question. And we were asking again, is there truth to that theory that there's a solar simulator that is in play and impacting our reality, plus insights and information? And here's where we got the yes without having a hard yes, and that is with the Magician, which manifests things. Okay, he's the ultimate manifester. And then the Sun showed up in the recent past. So we have the Sun, major arcana, the Magician, major arcana, and Judgment card, major arcana. 3 major arcanas out of 7 cards, almost half of the cards pulled were major arcana. So it's an important question. Now, what I'm seeing is even though it's being used and they're trying to distract us from some beautiful changes that are going on in our sky, when we look forward, the time of that use is coming to an end. And it's because there is some judgment to be faced and had with the shenanigans of something like a solar simulator. So, and then just a don't worry. Okay, if we can get that down out of this, there's still change happening regardless. There's still solar energy that is reaching us and helping to restore our DNA and do a lot of healing and upgrades. It's still happening regardless, and in the near future, it'll happen even more so. So we got the yes on the solar simulator. All right, I'm going to switch decks, and we're going to ask about Hilarion's viewpoint that the when we do see that white sunlight, that is a return to what we should have had all along. That the white light is bringing us out of the fractured prism, the false state that we were put in when humanity was impacted negatively, not at creation. So let's just find out about that. Okay, now for our actual sun, is the white of the actual sun the restored and back to what was created version of sun that we'll be able to enjoy when the shenanigans are done away with, plus insights and information. So we do have a yes or no about that. Is the white sunlight, when it's available to us, is that restored and back to original, plus insights and information? Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Swords. The 3 of Swords. Justice. And the 3 of Cups. Okay, with these cards asking about the restoration of our sun to its more at creation aspect with that white light we're seeing when it's not impacted by a solar simulator, we've got some interesting insights here from the cards. First of all, there's a couple threes that are going to be showing up here, the 3 of Swords and the 3 of Cups in the near future. And those tend to, when you have a couple of threes like that, they tend to say, or anytime you have 2 cards, that you can they can build on one another's influence and information. So that's going to really come into play here as we get to the near future. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the recent past. Again, just a nod to the fact that, yeah, there is a restoration. There has been, that's been in process, that our sun is being restored and changed to its original created state. The situation is nothing to fear. We've got the 9 of Pentacles here for the situation, saying, have no fear. If you notice it's different, good, you're awake, and that's part of what the sun's job is to do, is to make us aware that there are some fundamental changes happening to our world, our plane of existence, and things are okay. Now, it's being done in a very careful way. They could have made changes, our loving creator could have made those changes so obvious that it would have shaken us to our foundation. And so there's been care that's been taken, realizing the limitations that we have for generations been under. And so care's been taken. Again, loving care, no worries. Okay, now for the current, we have the Page of Swords. And the Swords is talking about communication that's written or spoken. And the Page of Swords is going to be telling us that we're perceptive, we're good to be asking about this, that it's truth. So again, there is truth to the theory. This is a truth card, that there's truth to that story, that our sun was impacted when our plane of existence was hijacked, and the restoration has been affected. They're trying to hide it, but it's there. Now, that's where this comes in for the near future line. Normally, the Three of Swords can be a rather ominous card, but it's working with the Three of Cups. So it's saying even though what was done to us was done without our explicit consent, that there has been a change being made to that. It's one we will be able to celebrate with. So yeah, that's why with the Three of Cups helping the Three of Swords, it's not troubling to see this showing up in the reading. And then beautifully there, Justice card again. We were chosen to be restored, not for a complete reset. And I'm very grateful. And I'm also grateful to be around when that is starting to happen. I hope you are too. Let's recap. There's been a lot of chatter about what's going on with our sun. People notice that it seems to be different these days, a different color. There seems to be different effects from sunlight. So we actually did kind of a deep dive. We looked at two different things. We, in my compilation, which you can view, if you click on the Facebook link that will be in the video description box, I included a patent from the 1960s for a solar simulator, a US patent. So it's not outrageous to think that not only was one patented, but possibly created and could be in play. So we asked about that. The first read I did two questions and I used two different decks. And I asked if there was a solar simulator going on. And yeah, looks like one was created and is in use. The sun showed up in the recent past. So that behind that, I think what we have is a very healed and healthy sun that will be available to us. And the judgment card showed up also about the simulator. So whatever small success they've had with deploying that and using that and obscuring and veiling what is true in our skies is up for judgment and going to be changing. I like that. So then we asked about, because I mentioned I shared an exchange I had with a content creator on X, Hilarion, and she was talking about how the white sunlight, when we do see, this is separate and apart from any simulated light, is actually restored and healed sun that's available, that's beautiful, and is part of our awakening and restoration. So yeah, the Shenanigans gang would want to keep as much of that from us as possible. So we did a read and asked about that. And we got, first of all, the restoration. First of all, is the sun has been healed and changed and kind of restored to its original intent. And it was done with a lot of care and consideration for the fact that we humans have been for thousands of years negatively impacted by those that would have kept us from developing our gifts, our path, to be able to reach our full potential. So they realized that. So it's been done gently. That's what I'm getting here. Okay. The two cards that worked in conjunction, we had two threes that showed up. And when threes work together, just like two fours would work together, or two sixes, and kind of say, yeah, what she said. Okay. So we're going to be able to celebrate the fact that there's been a change from the lies, the false sunlight and paradigm and reality that we've had to live with. We are going to be celebrating the changes that are coming. There's nothing to fear. We are at a time, and as Hilarion said, think of it as a simulation, okay, that was foisted on us, and it's going away, and the recovery is going to be really fast. And that was kind of confirmed, and that recovery is indicated also with the Justice card. So yeah, we are being healed and restored, and we are coming back to a chance to reach our full and best potential, to be healed and have our DNA back to what was meant for us when we were created, and we're alive to see a lot of that. So buckle up, buttercups. There's a lot going on, but it's good, and it's going to get even better. That's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and attention and your viewership. And I apologize again. I know a lot of people don't want to follow the compilations because they're over on Facebook, and that's so that I can keep my YouTube channel. But that's the only way I can share that information right now, is to either just, you're going to have to be satisfied with hearing me discuss it, or go ahead and click on that link. Or look some of that information up yourself, because I told you where I found everything. Okay, until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love and light, and I wish for you everything bright, including a beautiful restored sun that isn't being obscured by a simulation. Bye.